Hi, my name is Ong, and in this informative speech, I'll be talking about photosynthesis. I would like to tell you how photosynthesis works and why we need it. It's important that everyone should know what photosynthesis is, even a little bit, because that's literally what is keeping us alive. So, what is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is the process by which plants and some bacteria that uses energy from sunlight to produce sugar, which cellular respiration converted into ATP, which is the fuel for all living things. The most important part is that photosynthesis takes in carbon dioxide and releases oxygen. Carbon dioxide is something we cannot breathe, but oxygen is. Therefore, plants, trees, bacteria, they are important. We humans over the decades cut down trees, take away home, and now that we know our mistake, we're trying to fix it. That's why we need to know what photosynthesis is, so that will never happen in the future. It not only takes away home from wild animals, nature, it takes away something that we breathe in, oxygen. Now that you know what photosynthesis is, let's talk about some processes photosynthesis go through. So photosynthesis goes through two processes, which involve the initial stage, also known as the light stage, and the second stage, which is known as the dark stage. In the light stage, it really depends on light energy. And through light energy, it's the light energy splits water molecules to oxygen and hydrogen ions. And in that process, oxygen is released as a byproduct, and hydrogen ion stays to the next stage. In the second stage, the dark stage, carbon dioxide transforms into simple sugar, also known as ATP. And in the presence of hydrogen ions, it goes through a process called carbon fixation. Carbon fixation involves an endothermic chemical reaction which lets photosynthesis acquires the energy it needs to drive the process of what a photosynthesis do. So knowing the two stages, we could talk about the significance of photosynthesis. So photosynthesis takes place in green plants, algae, seaweeds, particular bacteria that contain green pigment. These living organisms serve as authentic factories for sugar, manufacturing millions of sugar molecules every second. These sugar molecules are also known as glucose molecules, and they're used as a source of energy for the plant's growth and reproduction. Glucose is also converted into cellulose by plants, which then is used in the cell wall in the plant cell. Plants store the excess glucose in the form of carbohydrate and starch in their stems, leaves, and roots. While plants can make their own sugar and their own food, animals cannot. That's why photosynthesis is also important because animals ultimately depends on plants' photosynthesis to acquire glucose needed for growth. Animals depends on starch, carbohydrate, which is stored in plants' roots, leaves, stems. And furthermore, the oxygen used by animals during respiration is produced during photosynthesis. Additionally, the ancient photosynthesis produce products such as fossil fuels are used as a source of energy in modern world. The fossils such as coal, petroleum, natural gas involve the remains of ancient organisms which depended on photosynthesis many years ago. In fact, most of all life on this planet, directly or indirectly, relies on photosynthesis as an energy, oxygen, and food source, hence making photosynthesis among the most significant known biochemical processes. So basically, photosynthesis should not be something that can be forgotten about. It's history. It's fact that we should all know. It's something like if you're asked what who is the first president is, you will say George Washington. And when somebody asks what photosynthesis is, anyone should know what it is. Something that keeps everyone alive should be known to anyone and everyone who is alive, as human basically. All right, thank you for listening. Have a nice day.